Welcome to Gingerlocks. I believe this is going to be episode 20, going to be doing Elite Taming the Flames. This is a quest that's dreaded by many a noob, as it was by me many years ago, and everybody who's been playing this game for a while has a horror story related to this quest. But this quest really isn't that scary, as you probably know, as long as you have greater fire resist item or buff, really you're just fine. So I got my ship buff, greater fire resist. I also have my cloak of flames. Actually, I don't have the one that has fire absorption yet, so I don't have any fire absorption other than the new ship buff. I can't remember what the symbol it is, but the new ship buff has a little bit of fire absorption in it. So level 9, Great Old One. I wasn't originally thinking I was going to pick up Maximize and Empower, but I guess I'm going to, because I guess they do affect, like your SLA of Burning Blood, and then, some of your, like, Stricken and Consume. I believe I was told that it would affect those, so we'll see. I haven't played around with them too much. I also picked up Extend because I love my longer buffs, and I do have Quicken as well. So I'm up to tier 4, and this little guy here just gives you a +1 to enchantment, illusion, and necromancy spells. I do have the Phantasmal Killer spell as part of the Great Old One Pact, so that's an illusion spell, so that'll help that. And this Steel Life Force is totally awesome. You cause 12d6 chaotic damage to your target and heal for 12d6 positive energy. And as far as I can tell, it affects pretty much anything. So it works on undead, whatever. I don't even know if it has to take. I guess I haven't found a mob yet that was immune to chaotic test to see if it would still heal me. In any event, this has been an awesome source of self-healing, and it's actually healing you. It's not just giving you temporary hit points. So really, really cool sources of actual healing within that are innate to the Warlock are a little rare. Most other things are temporary hit points. Got this Greater Hunger here. Your melee, range, and Eldritch Blast attacks do 2d6 chaotic damage when striking an opponent marked by your Consume attack, and your Consume damage is increased by 2d10 and stricken by 46. So Consume is the dot, and then stricken is the single time chaotic damage. So I wasn't originally going to get these, especially like these over here, but I think I will eventually get them. These are kind of basically, if you've played like a Sorceress Savant, or even the Druid has a spell that makes a target vulnerable to your attacks, and that's basically what this is. The Stricken the Soul, and especially the Stricken form. It says against targets marked by your Stricken attack, your melee, range, and Eldritch Blast inflict vulnerability. And for each stack of vulnerability, they take 1% more damage for 3 seconds, stacks up to 20 times. So that basically turns, it says targets marked by your Stricken attack. So it turns that Stricken attack into that, that vulnerability. You throw that on the boss, and that makes him vulnerable. So it takes place of that more traditional, with Druids you have Freezing Spray to make him more vulnerable to cold spells. With Sorks you have Awaken Elemental Weakness, I think it's called. So it's basically, the Warlock version of that, more or less. Don't have much going on in the other trees. This is the same as last time in the Tainted Scholar tree. I did put a point over here for the spell power boost because I'm going to pick up an extra stat, maybe a point of con. And let's see what we have going for the gear. This should be very, very similar to what I had last life at this level. Resistance 5 on the goggles, got the Elemental Mithril breastplate. I used this last life. I really like this for the Warlock. This comes from the Tempest Spine raid. It's got 2 slots. And I got the Master's Gift and Sapphire Defense in there. The Bracers of Wind, got the level 9 version, just got the dodge and permanent blurry on there, pretty nice. Greater false life on the ring. This is new because I'm doing the Great Old One Pact, which is acid damage. I got the rock boots from the Caneth Challenge traders, and this has corrosion and acid lore on it, and lesser stone prism guard, and is going to have some other goodies on it too when I get the higher tier versions. Now I'm not upgrading it to tier 3. I'm just keeping it at the base level 7 version because I don't want to spend too many resources. I'm never going to use that item again. At least I don't have any plans to. So I don't really want to spend a lot of resources into this life. Strength 6 on the gloves. Kinetic lore 5 on the ring. Health plus 6 belt. And Cloak of Flames. I don't have the the level 11 version, which would be 9 with the Masterful Craftsmanship on it, because I do have the Feather Falling on there, and if I had Feather Falling on the next tier one, it would make it level 11, even with the Masterful Craftsmanship. Now, if you followed all that, great. If not, the bottom line is because last life I had Feather Falling on the boots, but now I got the rock boots instead. So I'm just going to keep the Cloak of this lower tier Cloak of Flames there now for another couple levels until the next version with a shard of Feather Falling on it would be an appropriate level. I thought I'd craft Good Luck plus 2 on the Shard of Power. Got Charisma 6 on the necklace, Heavy Fort on head, and plus 3 Darkwood Shield of Invulnerability. And I've said this before, but I probably haven't said it since the first few episodes, that you do benefit from a shield even when you're in your stance, throwing your blast. You can't see it equipped, but you are benefiting from your shield, the AC, and whatever properties that it has on it. And got an Impulse 60 Scepter. Now, I want to comment on something I mentioned before, and I think I said this in my first Warlock life when I was doing Enlightened Spirit, and I was saying, that Radiance lore items were hard to come by in heroic levels. Well, that's true for named items, but I totally forgot about randomly generated items. So for example, this would be something nice for like a 10th level Warlock that was an Enlightened Spirit. This has Radiance lore 13% and Impulse 60, so don't forget about that option, which I totally forgot about when I was doing Enlightened Spirit. Alright, let's do this. I had a lot of people just in the last few days say hi, fans of the videos, say that they really like the videos, and I really appreciate you guys saying hi. It's so cool to hear from you guys in game, or even even on the YouTube channel and stuff. And it's really awesome to hear, like some people said, like how helpful the videos were to them. It's totally cool. It really makes me happy to hear that these videos are helpful to others. I know that some people just watch them because they're entertaining, and others watch them because I have a lot of guides and things about raids and stuff on the channel. So very cool. And I want to thank you guys again for all your kind words. The community that this channel has built up. We've got over 500 subscribers now. It's been a really cool community. Everybody's been really nice, and just since in the year or so that I've been serious about this channel, I really only had not even a handful of jerky comments. So that's pretty awesome. So here's a little part that can be scary. Like if you don't have fire resist or evasion or fire absorption or something, you gotta go down here and you gotta get the key out of this chest. But it's really not that scary. Jump over the jets. Nothing but a thing. With greater fire resistance, this quest really is no sweat. When you do this, don't even bother with the optionals. This quest isn't really that great XP, and the optionals certainly aren't worth it. Not for the time that it's going to take you to do them. So they just announced that update 27 is coming on Monday. Very exciting. So much loot in there that I'm going to want for my tunes. Even on this tune, I mean, there could be as many as like 5 pieces of gear I'm changing out, and that's a lot. And I know a lot of you, like me, you know, when it's that many pieces of gear that you're changing out, you're just looking at all your gear, and you just are trying to figure out where you're going to fit everything in. It just becomes this giant headache. But it's part of the fun, you know. So I'm at that point where I'm like, oh man, I really want these 2 items, but then I won't have dodge. And if I have these 2 items, then I won't. I won't have lesser displacement. I'm thinking about just giving up the Madstone, not the Madstone boots, the oh man, what are they called? Anyways, the epic version of the Madstone boots that I wear at endgame, which has potency 80. Halcyon boots. And I just, you know, focusing on getting specific elemental damage types and just, you know, biting the bullet on the others that are less important damage types for me. Some tough choices are going to have to be made. That's for sure, but I'm really looking forward to the new content. Finally, you know, some gear that I want. It's discouraging that in the last 2 updates there's been no gear that I want for any of my tunes. But we got a big hamster wheel coming, and like I think I mentioned in my last video, we've got new remnant turn-ins. There's gonna be lots of tomes, more than just MRR and PRR. There's gonna be melee power, range power, spell power tomes, in addition to MRR and PRR tomes. And there's gonna be +1 and +1 to +2. It looks like they're gonna be 5,000 and 7,500 accordingly. So, you know, that's gonna be another big hamster wheel there. He's the champion, gotta kill him. Get some remnants. So I'm down a little bit here. I'm just gonna hit this guy with, can't remember the name. Steel Life Force, okay? Boom, heals me right up. Love it. And that's, you know, it's free to cast. And it's just cooldown of 20 seconds. So you don't want to rely solely on that, but you know, for maintenance healing, that's going to take. I forgot to hit the lever. For maintenance healing, that's going to take care of you. Haven't really been playing with my Phantasmal Killer much. Save of 26. That's, well, I guess I'm only level 9. But I don't have an illusion focus item on. That'd be 2 more. I really loved, I don't remember if I mentioned this in, you know, in my last couple of videos, but I just loved Hurl Through Hell that I got from the Tainted Scholar tree last life. Oh, it was just so cool being able to, like, kill orange names in, you know, like breaking the ranks or something, or just any kind of orange name bosses. Just boom. I mean, very little saved from it. Just a handful of times. Although hill giants seem to save from it pretty well, which is weird. I guess they have high wisdom or something. But it kind of, you know, I thought when I made, you know, when I'm gonna make Voodoo my Enlightened Spirit tank, I thought I was gonna go Fey Pact, but now I kind of want to do Fiend Pact, Enlightened Spirit. We'll see. So the sound effect from the acid is still driving me crazy. I've been playing with the sound really, really down so I don't have to hear it. It's Master Fulvio. And his scroll of planar binding. Oh, got a tome. What was that? +1 to 2, disable device. Nice. That's gonna be a prize in one of my hide and seek games coming up soon. Now I do have to run back to... Oh, Master Fulvio's the guy we gotta... we gotta go back to, not the guy we just killed. But yeah, we gotta run back to Master Fulvio. And that's it. It's gonna be a little group of methods to deal with. But you can just run, don't have to fight anything really. Except for that last group of methods. Sometimes this quest bugs out up here. That's pretty irritating. It's happened to me a few times. It's been a while though, I can't remember exactly what happened. Something to do with the methods not spawning, or the barrier not coming down, or something like that. That barrier there not coming down. But looks like it worked alright this time. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you happen to be on Sarlona, you are welcome to send me a tell.